Hello Cologne, this is Gerald Sinstadt identifying for ITV recording in Cologne from Frankfurt. I won't bother to take an acknowledgement from you, but if there are any problems, I'll just watch for a ring on the telephone. But it's Gerald Sinstadt identifying from Frankfurt for ITV London recording in Cologne. Gerald Sinstadt in Frankfurt, identifying for ITV London, recording in Cologne. Just to let you know I'm still here.
Ganz besonders begrüßen wir die beiden Nationalmannschaften, auf deren Spiel wir uns gemeinsam freuen. Den Vize-Weltmeister aus Holland und die deutsche Mannschaft. Sicherlich lenkt diese Begegnung die Gedanken zurück auf das große Finale der Weltmeisterschaft 1974 in München. Beide Gegner spielen nicht mehr in der WM-Besetzung und schon deshalb kann von einer Revanche nicht die Rede sein. Aber beide haben das Format, eine Fußballdemonstration zu bieten, die würdig an ihre letzte Begegnung anknüpft. Unser Wunsch an die Zuschauer: Seien Sie das gleiche großartige, sachverständige und faire Publikum, das vor einem Jahr der WM den glänzenden Rahmen gab. Ich darf Ihnen nun die Mannschaftsaufstellungen bekannt geben. Holland spielt in orangefarbenem Trikot, weißer Hose und orangefarbenen Stutzen. Im Tor die Nummer 1, Schreibers. In der Nummer 2, Sürbier. 3, Reisberg. 4, Van Krij. 5, Krol. 6, Peters. 7, Thijssen. 8, Van der Kerkhoff. 9, Van der Keulen. 10, Van Hanegem. Und die Nummer 11, Seudemann. Es stehen weiter zur Verfügung für das Tor Jungblut und als Feldspieler mit der Nummer 12 Ernst, 13 Eversen, 14 Overweg und 15 Kist. Deutschland in weißem Trikot, schwarzer Hose und weißen Stutzen. Im Tor die Nummer 1 Maier, die Nummer 2 Vogts, 3 Bornhoff, 4 Kleemann, 5 Beckenbauer, 6 Körbel, 7 Ritschel, 8 Wimmer, 9 Seel, 10 Beer und 11 Hölzenbein. Es stehen weiter zur Verfügung mit der Nummer 12 für das Tor Kleff, 13 Schwarzenbeck, 14 Kullmann, 15 Danner und 16 Herzog. Die Spielleitung liegt bei Schiedsrichter Hungerbühler aus der Schweiz, assistiert von seinen Linienrichterkollegen.
This is Gerald Sinstadt in Frankfurt, identifying for ITV London, recording in Cologne.
Wir begrüßen herzlich als Spielleiter Schiedsrichter Gerd Müller aus der Schweiz mit seinen Linienrichterkollegen Oskar und Gantner sowie die Nationalmannschaften von Holland und Deutschland. Wir wünschen ein spannendes und faires Spiel in Freundschaft.
The Dutch team, no Cruyff, no Neeskens, both of them now playing with Barcelona. But a young side, and with the season just finished and PSV Eindhoven as champions, 10 of this team come from the top 4 clubs in the table, the exception Jan Peters, number 16, who's a 19-year-old midfield player from Nijmegen. West Germany also something of an experimental side. Only 5 members of the World Cup final team, 2 new caps, Uwe Kleeman, who plays in the back 4 beside Beckenbauer, and Erich Beer in midfield. Both come from Hertha Berlin, currently second in the Bundesliga. The referee comes from Switzerland, and his name is Walter Hungebühler. So it's West Germany in the white shirts who kick off in this 75th anniversary match, which doesn't so much look back to the World Cup final, of which it's a repeat, but forward to Argentina in 1978, because both teams have an experimental look about them and some interesting young players on view whom both managers and a good many opponents will want to weigh up with an eye to the future. The first corner of the game to West Germany, which will be taken by Manfred Ritschel, who played against England at Wembley in March. Played on the wing then, although most of the season he's been playing at fullback for his club. And there was a foul there, a little bit of bumping by Kliman, which was picked up by the referee, Mr. Hungerbühler from Switzerland. The Dutch skipper, Adi Krij. And Schrijvers, the goalkeeper, way out of his penalty area to put the ball into touch for a German throw. Here's Beckenbauer. His 91st international today. Vogts flicking it on. Van Krij losing it. And Beckenbauer again. Just flipped over to Vogts. Brilliant ball. The new centre forward, Zale, number 9. Zale is 26. Throw in taken by Van Krij. Rolled out by Schrijvers to Van Hanegem. This is Zuidema, and a foul by Vogts on Zuidema gives Holland the free kick. Taken by Krol to Van Hanegem. Van Krij. Pushed on nicely again for Peters. And here's Tyson. And Peters' shot just hits the post. Jan Peters put through by Tyson, clipping the outside of the post. Here's the shot from behind the goal. Down goes Maier, and I think maybe got a touch to it. Here's the corner quickly taken and got away by Bonhoff. This is Bonhoff, number 3. Van Hanegem flicking it up in the air. A free kick to Germany for a very clear trip by Van der Kerkhoff. It's René van der Kerkhoff. He has a twin brother who has also played in the Dutch side. Vogts. Van Krij. Peters. And Van Krij again. Pitch is looking quite good, still a little bit patchy, but nothing like as bad as it was during the World Cup finals when the opening ceremony was rather elaborate and left some nasty marks and patches on it. Weather is warm, a little overcast, but some sunshine. Hanegem playing deep, knocking that out, looking for Van der Kerkhoff. The throw to be taken by Zale. Now Beckenbauer. Germany with 4 men forward. Played square to Kliman, this giant of a defender, 6'5", and allowed to go on and hit it into the penalty area where it was blocked. The crowd thought that was a foul, the linesman thought it was a throw-in. Vogts took it, nowhere near where it went out, Beckenbauer. Then back to Kliman. Looking for Holzenbein. Foot was too high. Kliman penalised. Since these teams last met in the World Cup final in Munich last year, Holland have played 4 games. They've beaten Finland, Switzerland and Italy. Last month they lost 1-0 to Belgium. Germans have won 2, drawn 2, and had that defeat at Wembley by England. No real danger there. Van Krij. Foul's been given. Blocked by Beckenbauer, but I think the referee's going to have it taken again. Give him a free kick the other way, which is presumably what the original decision was. Beckenbauer. On the run is Richter. Offside. Decision inevitably given the bird by this packed crowd in the Waldstadion. Hanegem taking the free kick. Just rolling it for Van Krij. Under Keulen. Well won by Beckenbauer. And there's a chase now for Zale. And what speed he's got too, and he's got a man inside. What a great goal! What a glorious goal! Zale's run showing the pace, and the pullback for Wimmer coming in to give Schreivers no chance at all. 7 minutes gone, and Wimmer puts Germany 1-0 in the lead. Tremendous acceleration by Zale, and the header for Wimmer was easy. Reisberger now for Holland, and that will make a game of this. Reisberger. Hanegem, back heel wasn't very good. Now Ruud Krol might be tempted to have a go, tries for the little chip, and it's come to Van der Keulen. Disappointing shot after he'd been given a good ball. 8 minutes on the clock then, and Germany striking the vital early blow. The art of the game these days, very much to find midfield men who can come through and score. And Wimmer demonstrated it there to perfection. Van Krij. And Schreivers. This is Surbeer, one of the World Cup final survivors. It's too long. Bonhoff. Beautiful turn. Aimed for Ritschel but didn't find him. Van Krij's header away. This is Tyson. Surbeer. Van der Kerkhoff. Useful ball. Pushing. And Van der Keulen was penalised. Now Ritschel for West Germany. Didn't get past Krol. This is Peters. Reisberger. Nicely controlled ball for Van Krij. The Germans winning it in defence when they need it. Running again by Wimmer into a useful position. Knobel. Turn nicely to Ritschel by Bear. And Ritschel taking on his man and fouled by Krol. Ritschel showed a bit of speed there, gets a grin from Krol as much as to say, you made it look worse than it was. But it was clearly a foul. Manfred Ritschel will take the free kick himself. He's got 5 to cross to, including Zale close to him. He's curled it away, and the goalkeeper didn't know a great deal about that as the big man from the back four came in, Kleeman. Uwe Kleeman is the cry going up from this crowd. Last summer he was transferred from the local club Eintracht to Hertha Berlin for £140,000, a record between two German clubs, and still obviously something of a hero in these parts. It's Kleeman, the big number 4. Keulen. And that was very clearly a foul by Bonhoff. Van der Keulen, a man with a big shot, curled it well, deflected off the wall, and Maier saves it going for the corner. Ritschel. Knobel. Turn first time by Wimmer, but without success. Knobel again, this time back to Kleeman. Beckenbauer sending his troops forward and then giving a bad ball, and you don't see many of those. Here's Van der Kerkhoff. Good turn, but the cover was there for Germany. Nice combination between Kleeman and Beckenbauer. Knobel. And again, giving it back. And going on well, and tripped blatantly by Peters. By Tyson, rather. Tyson, number 7. You'll see the trip. Really couldn't be more obvious. Just hooks that ankle away. Karl-Heinz Knobel in a little bit of pain. We'll leave the kick to Manfred Ritschel. He's already shown that he can cross a good ball. There he is, number 7 in the corner of the picture. And again he curls it. Schreivers has only got his foot to it and it was deflected. It'll be a corner. The shot was from Bonhoff. This goalkeeper Schreivers, who's taken over from Youngblood, the veteran who kept goal in the World Cup finals, hasn't looked too secure between those posts. So Bonhoff with the corner. The big Kleeman is there. 4 other Germans in the penalty area. Header by Tyson wasn't very good, but Reisbergen has helped it out of the area. And that's a useful ball to Van der Keulen. Van der Kerkhoff. Try. Seidemar. Well stopped by Fuchs. Berti Vogts doubtful until this morning for this game because of injury. Too far ahead of Van der Keulen. As always, the ball back to Beckenbauer to set Germany going forward. Nodded out by Reisbergen. Zale will wait and take the throw. Quarter of an hour gone, 1-0 to Germany. Sun now bright and the clouds beginning to fade away. Zale going after it. Van Hanegem got a foot back. Kerbel. Wimmer. There. And away comes Tyson. Youngster with a great deal of skill, of whom the Dutch have high hopes. 22-year-old. Zale was free on the right, but he was offside. He lingered and lingered and lingered waiting for that ball. Number 10 is Van Hanegem with the ball. Just on for Van Kraai. Taken over instead by Van der Kuylen. Now Van Kraai. Kleeman. A lot of it at walking pace, but the killing passes to running forwards have been very effective from the Germans. Richo and Krol going through the man with the tackle. And Mr. Hungerbühler, the referee, says, let's have the ball placed and still before we have the free kick. Kerbel, now Zale, Kleeman, Vogts, Overhead, cut out by Rijsbergen. Van Hanegem still finding his man offside, Zuidema. Zuidema is now going to get a little lecture from the referee because of the gesture he made towards the line. Beckenbauer. Rijsbergen and Hanegem. Good control by Van der Kuylen. 4 men breaking now for Holland. This is Peters. Foul given against Holzenbein, number 11. Serbia placing it. Looks as though it will be Van der Kuylen will take it. On for Serbia. This will have gone. Ball played on there for Serbia and across the area. But there was some pushing there, I think, and the referee had whistled before Beckenbauer turned that past the post. Shot from Krol, hooked wide. Krol at 26 wearing the captain's armband. Vogts throw in. Wimmer stopped. Referee's given the free kick. Kleeman, Beckenbauer, there. Pass was too short, but Kleeman has won it. He's got a few tricks up his sleeve on the ground for such a big fellow, and certainly a cool head. Holzenbein, free to cross to, headed away well by Peters. Bonhoff. Holzenbein outside him, waiting for the back heel that didn't come. It's comfortably wide for the goal kick. 11 is Bernd Holzenbein. Reisbergen to Van Hanegem. Van Cruyff. On to Peters. Shielded it well. Van Cruyff setting himself for a shot which cannoned off Beckenbauer. Bonhoff. Holzenbein. Wimmer. Nice play by the Germans. Neat little triangle there. And now moving out right, where Knobel is waiting on the wing. This is Kliman on the ball. Vogts, Beckenbauer, a lot of passes to get where they are. Bonhoff. Holzenbein. Reisbergen was coming through with the tackle then, didn't get the man. Van der Keulen. Easy for Ritschel. Vogts. Tyson. Seidemar. Beckenbauer calmly plays it out, accepts the gift as Seidemar slipped. The foul will be given. Peters was the culprit. Hanegem just interceding on Peters' behalf. Peters, a youngster, 19 years old. The injured player, Erich Beer. Holzenbein on the right for the first time, easily stopped by Van Hanegem. Peters. Kroll to Soubier and back now to Van Cruyff. Soubier has gone on. Pass was well measured, but Beckenbauer just flicked it away. Offside Soubier. The Dutch showing us much the kind of football that we became accustomed to during the World Cup finals. We've seen Van der Keulen, the number 9, principal striker, dropping back into the middle of the back four. That was Soubier, the right back, caught offside then. Ritschel, Kliman. Rode that challenge from Seidemar as though it didn't exist. Tyson. Peters. Van der Keulen. Van der Keulen from the champions Eindhoven. Tyson. It's a little bit bumpy. Seidemar. Holland couldn't sharpen the pace when they needed it then. Now a chance for Germany to break through Ritschel. Blatant body check, but the referee rightly applied the advantage and Ritschel goes on. Cut out by Soubier, helped on by Tyson, and now with Van der Keulen. Cross meant for Van Hanegem, but he allowed it to go on for Krol. Germans adept at closing the angles. Maier had to come out quickly there. So it was quick enough. And treatment going on to Wimmer, the goal scorer. There. Zale. And the Kerkhoff. Gone off in two minds, but by the time he got the shot in, Beckenbauer was there as well. Knobel. Vogts. Holland with time to sort themselves out. Peters to Soubier. 25 minutes gone in its first half. 1-0 to West Germany. And the tackle by Kliman penalised by the referee. Free kick to Holland. Hanegem waiting. Called for that. The pass was a bit long. The ball has been given, although I think Krol thought that it was accidental. Germany still with only 10 men on the field, but Wimmer ready to return now. Foul given again. Back comes Wimmer as Germany take the free kick. Beckenbauer will take the kick. Foul given in favour of Holland. Holzenbein leaning on Reisberger. Holzenbein was tried a couple of times as a central striker to see if he could succeed Gerd Müller, who's given up international football, but he's really shown up better on the wing. And today we've got Wolfgang Zehl in the number 9 shirt. Ritschel. Zehl. Rather, that was Kerbal. Peters, Van Hanegem. Barely wastes a ball, Van Hanegem. Tyson to Krol. Krol was half pulled back there by Ritschel. Hanegem takes the kick, in goes Tyson. Stopped by Beckenbauer. The linesman has flagged for a corner and the referee agrees. Something like 20,000 Germans at that end of the ground disagree. We'll see again, although this isn't the best angle to judge whether this ball goes out. From there you'd say it could. Zeidemar's corner, flicked on and cleared off the line by Kliman. Run by Holzenbein, but he couldn't quite find Bear when he needed him. Tyson. Kerkhoff. Peculiar jinking run, well read by Beckenbauer. It's a very clear offside. Bear was the man who was caught, about 8 or 10 yards. Cry takes the kick to Krol and gets it back. Cry allowed to go on. 1-2. Now he's run into a blind alley, I suspect. Tyson. Away by Kliman. Chased by Ritschel. Handball. Play on, says the referee. Peters. Not, of course, the tension this afternoon that there was when these teams met in Munich last year. And that may be giving us a game with some relaxed football. Players anxious to show their skills and their tricks. Cry. Zeidemarr. Hold it in. Zeidemarr, like Tyson, comes from FC Twente, who played in the Dutch Cup final 48 hours ago, which they lost. Next Wednesday we'll play in the second leg of the UEFA Cup final, in which Berti Vogts, who just took that throw-in, will also be playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Hanegem. Still there, letting in Krol. Again, he's being crowded to the touchline. Really set himself for the cross after the back heel had made the opportunity. A half hour, still 1-0. Krol. Knocks down for Bear. Foul has been given. Beckenbauer again to Krol. Pushed on by Knobel to Ritschel. And Germany screaming forward now and testing the goalkeeper with another cross. He half started to come, changed his mind. And Van Cruyff put it out for the corner. Comes curling and the goalkeeper comes for a punch. Freeman beat him to it. The overhead attempt by Zale put the ball wide. And that goalkeeper can't be feeling too confident. On a run. Koylen was fouled by Kleeman. It's a free kick to Holland. Peters wondering whether to take it, but leaves it for Van der Koylen. Peters. Eisbergen willing to go forward. Surbier also. Surbier's cross. Headed away to Ritschel and Germany on the break. Wimmer. Offside. Shots back 4. Pushed well up. And the Germans have been caught 3 or 4 times. Hanegem to Reisbergen. Kerkhoff, Surbier, and Reisbergen had gone on. Still with Reisbergen. In the end, he delayed long enough to allow Bonhoff to make the tackle. And the Koylen nodding it down. Zuidema couldn't turn on it, and it was cleared by Bear. Try to skipper Krol. Hanegem, number 10. Try. Zuidema taking a lot of stopping. Corner to Holland. Surbier coming up into the penalty area. Tyson to take the kick. Surbier underneath it. Koylen got in a good header then, and Maier was across his goal. I think it was going wide, but that was a good jump and a powerful flick of the head by Van der Koylen. Eisbergen, Peters, Serbia. Foul. Beckenbauer. Header by Wimmer. Sliced up in the air by Beckenbauer. Chased back by Holzenbein, but he's given away the corner. Serbia to take the kick. Icebergen's powerful header. Kept in play. Riemann. Beckenbauer. Cut out by Peters. Chance now for Van der Kerkhoff. Across for Zeidemeyer. Zeidemeyer's shot hit with his wrong foot, hit with his right as it was coming across towards his left, is protesting to the referee with some justification that he was being fouled by Vogts. All just wide of the post. The foul that he was complaining about occurred several seconds before you actually saw him in picture there. Beckenbauer. Ripschel. Riemann. Ripschel hadn't recovered his balance, complaining that he was fouled. Knobel couldn't keep it in. Line there is Van der Keulen, prolific scorer in Holland. Krol with the throw. Cry. Foul by Ripschel on Krol. Seven minutes to go to half-time. Not much support, but it's arriving. He tried to do it all on his own, and Weisbergen only had to keep on course, and Zale ran it out. It's Weisbergen with the throw. Hanegem. Weisbergen. Peters. Hanegem. Hanegem fouled just on the edge of the area. Looking for a chance to shoot, but I think he may have settled for the free kick as the next best thing. Outsmarted the defenders a bit. As soon as the leg was stretched out, over he went. Ball is nothing like 10 yards back, but Van der Keulen's going to have a bang. And Maier did well at the second attempt. Serbia was the man following up. Maier must have seen that ball very late. Here it comes bending round the wall. Maier across and down to save. And gets his body in the way of the second attempt. And indeed the third. Sepp Maier, described yesterday by Helmut Schön, the German manager, as a second Yashin, 31 years old. 62nd international today. Vogts. Riemann. Zale was going through, was unlucky, that ball dropped on his toe. No chance to control it. 5 minutes to the interval. Wimmer's goal dividing the teams. Serbia's long ball. Beckenbauer will help it back to Maier. Wimmer. Lehmann. Beckenbauer says, no, I won't have it. Get it upfield. He's looking for Kerbel and finds him. And Richo was being held off then by Krol. Goalkeeper's come out feet first. He's hurt his arm in the process. And the referee has given either a free kick or a corner. He's given a corner. So Richo will take it. Lehmann this time, the big fella has stayed back. Richo hits it hard and away from goal. It's heading back out to him. This time the goalkeeper doesn't make contact either. Goalkeeper really hasn't got a thing on the cross balls. Weisberger. And Koilen. Holland breathing more easily again now. Sorbia. And Koilen. Kleeman, the former local hero, well stopped by Peters. Holzenbein tackled from behind, free kick. Sorbier was the culprit, Van Hanegem rather was the culprit. And again, look, there's the tackle going right through the man. Got to the ball, but the second leg coming round inevitably brings him down. Bonhoff. Lehmann. Zale frequently comes in looking for the ball. Hasn't used it particularly well, but Richo has fiddled it out and eventually been fouled quite blatantly there by Krol. And Krol may be due for a booking soon if he carries on like this. There's Richo going on. Krol holds him off and then sticks out that foot just to bring him down. And now there's the card for Van Hanegem. Presumably for instructing Mr. Hungerbuehler about how to referee the game. Krol, having committed the foul, then had the sense to go away. So it's a free kick from just outside the area. It must be direct. Bonhoff to take. Defender there only about 4 yards off the ball and gets ahead to it. Shouldn't be allowed. Bonhoff. Schrademar coming after him. Vogts. Beckenbauer. Wimmer. Good play by Wimmer and over he goes. Jumped a bit high then. Very often a suspicion that the Germans overplay these, but I think you can see on the replay that once again it was the second foot coming through after the first had failed to make contact that actually brought him down. Beckenbauer just cheekily flicking it forward and backing in is the decision. Sorbier gets the benefit. Holzenbein is penalised and it's a free kick to Holland. In the last minute before half-time. Certainly there's been no lack of feeling. Sorbier. Weisberger. Kerkhoff. Weisbergen. Kerkhoff demanding room to take his kick. And there's the half-time whistle. And they go in with West Germany leading by 1-0. The goal scored in the 8th minute by Wimmer. And a very good goal it was too. And again, for a friend. close the door, please? Could we close the door? Thank you. And so the players, having had just over 20 minutes interval, Holland kick off in the second half, a goal down, having beaten West Germany only once in their last 7 matches, going back over a period of 40 years. Played forward for Peters to chase, but too far. And bright sunlight now, and I imagine very warm down on that pitch. Beautiful setting for this ground in the woods on the outskirts of Frankfurt. That's a foul by Reisberg, and right under the referee's nose. Beckenbauer giving his usual immaculate display at strolling pace. Nice little chip forward by Kliman to Vogts, and Vogts going looking for a shot. Berti Vogts passed a fitness test to play in this game. And I think we may have a substitute on for Holland. It looks as though Everser has come on. I'll just check and tell you. It's Bonhoff. Referee fully 40 yards away gives the foul in favour of Germany. Beckenbauer. It's a useful ball, Van der Keulen. And Peters was with him, but needed a rather better chip than that. Well, Holland have certainly got a substitute on. He's wearing number 16. And in the party that they announced officially before the game, they didn't have a 16. It's Van der Kerkhoff leaving the throw. And in fact, we have got Everser and Kist on the field in place of Tyson and Ziedemann. So Everser in 13 and Kist in 16. Kliman. It's Everser. Good play by Kliman. Was standing back to enjoy the applause there, and eventually commits a foul and then wants to kick the ball away, which should get him into some trouble. This is the incident again. Well, I would have thought that Kliman was a little bit unlucky not to get a free kick for that original tackle. There we are. Run by Subir. And a useful cross too. Between them, Vogts and Bear were doing a good job, and it was Bear who eventually put it out for the corner. Subir will take it as he was taking them from the right in the first half. By Beckenbauer. Peters to Sorbier. And Kliman's header just turned over his bar by Maier. Kliman knew what he was doing. He was trying to put it over his own crossbar, but didn't judge it right and needed some help from Maier. Van der Kerkhoff with the corner this time. Closer to the goalkeeper, and Maier didn't get to it. Van Hanegem did. Maier thinks he was fouled. The referee, I think, has given a goal kick, and that would have counted if it had gone in. Very good jump by Van Hanegem, and Maier nowhere. Just a foot past the post. But now Germany on the attack down the right through Richter. And again he's having a tussle with Krol. And Richter, who's not the fastest of wingers, but strong, has given Krol a fair bit of trouble. Makes the free kick himself, and the goalkeeper hooked at it and didn't make contact again. Turned back for Vogts. Headed away by Krol. Beckenbauer. Given back to him by Richter. Lima. Zale. Wimmer. To work the 1-2 with Richter, but it didn't work.
Ja, nur nachtreten.
Zale. Richter. Zale. Zale back to Beckenbauer. 3-man square of him. Number 4. Defence pushing out, and they've beaten the offside trap by a good run from Bonhoff. And then he muffs it with a bad pullback. Peters harassed by Richter and gives away the throw. Elsenbein. And the Dutch defence holding good, forcing the Germans back up 2 or 3 times as they tried to get through on that right-hand touchline. Now Beckenbauer. Beautiful dribbling, and then ran into Reisbergen, and the referee has given the free kick. Lovely little dribble set Beckenbauer going, and he loses his man there, and then Reisbergen just puts his shoulder into it. No question about the foul. I'd like to see Mr. Hungebühler move the wall back the full 10 yards here. They should be somewhere by the penalty spot because the ball's on the edge of the semicircle there. But in fact, they're a good 4 yards alongside it. And the referee is indicating to them where the spot is. No excuse for not knowing here. There really can't be any debate about it. The wall just stand firm. He's empowered to book them, and he's getting his card out, and he's going to do just that. Certainly shown it to Sorbier. Now he's indicating the penalty spot. And there is really no way that the players can argue against that. This is really an absurd demonstration by Holland. Bonhoff takes the kick. It was a beauty, but it was just wide. Hit it well, hard, bends it round. Just watch it come whistling round that wall, and it looks as though it's going in. Just clipped the outside of the post. Shriver's nowhere again. I think any goalkeeper could be excused there for being beaten by that. Sorbier, a tackle by Vogts puts the ball into touch. Almost 10 minutes into this second half, still 1-0. Vogts apologising to Everser for his tackle then, which was a bit high. Kerbel almost got himself into trouble, and he did. He lost it to Peters and fouled Peters. Peters coming away and pushed over for the free kick. Well, we've got almost the exact mirror image of the incident at the other end, and the Dutch rightly pointing out that they should be about a yard or a yard and a half away from the spot. Van Hanegem takes the kick and scores! Great left foot over the wall, bending, and I think you'll see that Maier didn't have much chance. The wall was covering, sending him to his right, and what a beautifully placed free kick. The wall was formed up so that Maier was taking the right-hand post, and Van Hanegem had all the skill available and necessary to exploit that situation. So that's 1-all. 11 minutes into the second half. Well, we've certainly seen two tremendous goals in this game. Peters, not quite firmly enough. Reisbergen. Well, I've really got something to chew on now. And Cry. Sorbia. Peters willing to take over. Hard worker, this 19-year-old, and going on still. Jan Peters, only his second international, comes from Nijmegen. Well away from the tackle, and what a glorious through ball. That was Wimmer who was stopped. No question of a penalty, although the crowd are asking. Beautiful through ball from Kleeman. And just look at Reisbergen's tackle. I think that's clean enough. Yes, took the ball, beautifully timed. Kleeman's header. And he's certainly shown himself to be a footballer, this big fella. Against one in defence, and that should be enough. Beckenbauer back to Maier. Kleeman. There, the referee had given a foul for pushing as the players went up for the header. Holzenbein was the culprit. And here's Sorbia for Holland. Attempt to tap his heels. Easy for Maier again. Show leaving the throw for Kleeman. Enormous throw. Kleeman really does have an extraordinary repertory one way and another. We've seen a delicate back heel from him. We've seen a tremendous header in his opponent's penalty area. Then the long throw. Glorious through ball. He's really shown it all. One off to take the free kick. It's turn for Kleeman. Showed us the other side of his character then when he got hold of the tail of Peters' shirt and just hoiked him over. And the Kerkhoff. It's Van Van der Kerkhoff chasing it. The cross was from Eversen, the substitute. Down goes Bear from that foul. Zale. Vogts is the player on his left. Vogts bends the shot, and I do believe that's the first one the goalkeeper's caught. The referee in the meantime is calling them back. Free kick to Holland. Quarter of an hour, an eventful quarter of an hour it's been in this second half. Koilen. Hanegem trying the long pass and making it a bad one. Zale offside. Disappointment for Wimmer, but certainly a correct decision. Crowd of play by Kist. Beckenbauer. Lima. Too far ahead of Bonhoff. Foul on Wimmer. Beckenbauer. Lima. Fighting in 2 lines. Bonhoff. And that almost surprised Zale. Knobel with plenty of time, but it was well blocked. That was Peters who got in the way. Knobel thought he had plenty of time, and it looked as though he did. But Peters spread himself, got his body right in front of the ball. That's the kind of incident that the Germans sometimes make look worse than it is. Just have been a straightforward case of obstruction, but in fact they got a direct free kick from it for what it was worth. Bonhoff. He's been fouled, and the game going on now in an almost unbroken chorus of whistles from this Frankfurt crowd. Packed stadium. Ritschel is going to take the kick. And Germany with only Maier in his own half. And that's a corner. Beckenbauer strolling back to keep Vogts company, but they're both well inside the Dutch half as the corner comes over. Aim for Kliman's head and finding it. Zale got his knee to it. Goalkeeper didn't make contact. And Peters it is to the rescue again for Holland. This youngster has been their outstanding player. Kliman. Germans threatening to run riot here. Bonhoff. And again, they don't trust Shriver's. The substitutes. Good cross. Met just at the byline. And they weren't prepared to let Shriver's have it. Flags going up all around the stadium in black and red and gold, the German colours. And a hard-driven corner, and Kliman was going for it but didn't make contact, and the whistle has gone for a free kick. To give Holland a bit of breathing space and a chance to find their balance. And they really don't seem to be performing as well in this second half without Tyson and Zuidema, the two players who've gone off. Tyson a bit slight. I find it easy to impose himself on the game, but had good skills. Now here's Surbia. Kicked away by Beckenbauer. Peters. Surbia. Kissed. Good shot! Just palmed over by Maier. Keys kissed with the shot. Another of the youngsters that the Dutch have been trying comes into a good position and hits the ball on the volley and just tipped over by the goalkeeper. Holland were aiming to take the kick from the far side, but it's been pulled back for Surbia to take and waste. Holzenbein rides the tackle, puts it through to Knobel. Bear, Vogts. Good play out of defence by Germany. Van Hanegem stops Vogts. Now here's Van der Kuylen. Real bite in this game in the second half. Good cross into the middle. Van der Kuylen played it in. Van der Kerkhoff met it. Number 8, Van der Kerkhoff. Another corner. And this time Van der Kuylen to take it. Maier coming for it and making a good catch somewhere out by the penalty spot. Wimmer. Ritschel has moved inside to give Wimmer the wing, and Wimmer has got the pace. Pull back now for Ritschel against the post. Great run by Wimmer, and Ritschel did everything right, except for judging the angle of the header by about 6 inches. This is the end of a fine run by Wimmer, and Ritschel soars for the header and bangs it against the post. Shriver's groping air again. Midway through this second half, and a tremendous international now. Holland slowing down the pace, getting their balance back. That's Krol, the skipper, tripped. Well wide, Van Cry. We may have missed some of the subtlety and sophistication of players like Müller and Overath and Cruyff and Neeskens, but we've certainly had a full-blooded and exciting game. Kist, Everser, Rijsbergen, Van der Kuylen, and across goes Maier to smother that one well. Was bouncing in front of him. He covered it well. Good body swerve, deceived Peters. And a good tackle back by the young lad, Peters. And now he's fouled by Zale. Which I think has been something of a disappointment to Germany. He's come out of the penalty area in Müller style, but he certainly hasn't finished in Müller fashion. There he is now, number 9, having been robbed by Peters, just pushing him in the back. Kuylen, Rijsbergen, by Knobel, Wimmer. May have been dangerous kicking. It looks as though there may be someone hurt. We've got a substitute warming up. This is Bernd Kuhlmann from FC Cologne. first stoppage with the game nearly 70 minutes old.
Auch die deutsche Mannschaft hat ausgewechselt. Mit der Nummer 14 kam
And Wimmer has gone off to allow Koolman to come on. Koolman can play in the back four or in midfield. He's been scoring goals for the West Germans since the World Cup final. He's got 3 goals for them in their 5 games since then. Here's Van Krij. Everson's jump, but he didn't make contact. Here's Peters set for a shot. Blocked by Beckenbauer. Number of times that man gets in the way of shots is really remarkable. Kleeman. Koolman. Zale. Kleeman. Koolman down the left. Pass wasn't wide enough. Van Krij was able to let it go up. 20 minutes to go. Still 1-1. Beckenbauer. Vogts. Beckenbauer just with the toe. Peters for Holland. Knobel. Peters. He's second international, but always willing to take responsibility. Now he's found Van der Kerkhoff. Beast is in the middle. Nod back inside. Everson goes up. And away comes Knobel, only to be pulled back by Everson. Late to apologise. You'll see him getting round the waist. Tackle wouldn't have gone, miss at Twickenham. Beckenbauer. Kleeman. Zale backed off. Vogts was lucky to get a bounce. Sorbia has it again. Reisbergen. German crowd whistling because they think that the Dutch ought to come out of defence a bit quicker. There's Van Hanegem, the man who very much dictates the pace at which Holland play their game. Reisbergen. Van der Kerkhoff with the throw. Reisbergen. Van der Keulen. Everson. And ball has been given, and a free kick to Holland. Now this is not unlike the position from which Van Hanegem scored. Interesting to see which side of the goal Maier takes. It looks as though he's taking the far post again, leaving the wall to cover the near one, which is the orthodox decision. But with Van Hanegem's ability to curl it, rather more towards the centre of his goal and a yard off his line. Van Hanegem. Dummied, and that time the goalkeeper only got his legs to the shot. And Keulen was the man who hit it. And Maier was slightly going the wrong way, or there may have been a deflection. And Keulen gets it through. Yes, it was curving, may well have taken a deflection, and Maier got it with his legs. Knobel stopped, and Holland moved forward again. Van der Keulen, 1 against 1. Got Kleeman to take on. Slowed down, defenders getting back. Van der Kerkhoff. Everson. Weisbergen, Beckenbauer. He may even have got mildly warm this afternoon. That was a good ball from Berti Vogts. Knocked down by Van Hanegem. And Cruyff. Everser back to Sorbia, which wasn't much of a contribution. Van Cruyff. Peters wants to take over. Kist giving it back to him, and on goes Peters. Disappointing, but Maier was standing looking, watching, expecting Beckenbauer to take over. Always a danger in the German side. They get so used to Kaiser Franz running things. But we've a quarter of an hour left, and it's still 1-1. That's Kuhlmann to Ritschel. So Ritschel is in the middle. Bonhoff, who'd gone down the line. And will now take the corner. Five men in the penalty area for Germany. Kuhlmann looking for the header. The goalkeeper could have caught it, but punched it away very tamely. Must be as poor a goalkeeper as we've seen in international football for quite a while, even though the World Cup finals were not entirely distinguished in that respect. Kist chasing, but Berti Vogts, a wily campaigner. Isn't going to risk a miss-hit back pass. Kuhlmann, the substitute. Four men ahead of him. Ball bumped a bit. That patch over there does seem to be a little bit uneven. George Knobel in the dark glasses on the Dutch bench there, the Dutch manager, former Ajax manager, where he had a rather unhappy time. And here's Knobel. Pushing as the defenders went up for the header away. Everser was pushed. Peters again taking up a good position. And hit Kist. Vogts. Kuhlmann. Bonhoff. Kuhlmann again. Zale. Zale's left-footed cross. Header by Vogts. Berti Vogts knock across the penalty area. Helmut Schön and Jupp Derwall, his assistant, on the West German bench. Helmut Schön, 60 in September. Sorbia. Peters. Everser. Too far for Kist, who's looked a little bit out of his depth, apart from one good shot on the bottom. Zale. Nice body swerve again. On for Bonhoff. Spent most of this half on the right, but now taking on Van Cruyff, shooting well. Beat the goalkeeper's right hand, also beat the near post. Rainer Bonhoff. Shot there, just going past. Here's Everser, chased by Baer, and Baer has put it in his own net, or had the whistle gone before it for a foul? I think it may have done. Went into the side netting. Looked from this angle very much as though it had gone in. See it from behind the goal, and it very clearly does go into the side netting. Baer under pressure from Everser. Van der Kerkhoff takes the corner, pulls it back to Sorbia. Deflected shot, Maier picks up. tame ball that gives Krol the throw in. Up to Van Krij. About 10 minutes to go. Rijsbergen. And even though in many respects we're seeing a new generation for the world champions and the runners-up, still clearly very little to choose between them. Beckenbauer, one of those specialist curved passes with the outside of the foot. Now Vogts. Zale back to him. Tried to tuck it through, but Rijsbergen half blocked it. Van der Kuylen. Good ball to Sorbia. Still Sorbia setting himself for the left foot shot. Wasn't touched by the goalkeeper. Wim Sorbia. First played for Holland 9 years ago. Gets that on the left foot as it bobs up off the turf. And although Maier had it covered, he didn't touch it. Richo. Pullman gives it back to him. Richo keeps plugging away. Krol. Van der Kerkhoff. Peters. Van der Kerkhoff again. Nice play with Peters involved in it once more. But Van der Kuylen is robbed. And here's Kleeman. Kerbel. Beckenbauer striding forward. Return pass from Kuhlmann was much too hard. Rijsbergen. Just going through the middle. Rijsbergen couldn't make the pass tell. Goes back and makes the tackle tell, and the referee gives the free kick, quite rightly. Zale. Vogts. Kuhlmann. Bear on a run. But this is Zale. Kerbel. Kleeman. Pace slowed right down by Germany. Cleared by Rijsbergen. Zale wins it back. Holzenbein couldn't get it. Van Hanegem has it. Harassed by Holzenbein. Delights in close control. And eventually loses it. Everser kicks it away. This is Kleeman. That's too deep. No, it's well controlled. Out for a throw. Richo could have got himself in trouble then. In fact, it's a free kick that's been given. Sorbia. Kiss, the substitute ahead of him. Good jump by Everser. Peters picking up the loose one. And a nice little chip back in. Vogts heads it down. Kleeman hooks it away. Van der Kuylen. Telegraphed it, and Vogts was in a position to receive the message. He couldn't get past Rijsbergen. Here's Kees Kist. And slower and slower. Sorbia. Just Van der Kerkhoff in the middle. Van der Keulen going to join him. Eversen. And Hanegem. Dutch down to walking pace again as Van Krij comes out of defence. Van der Keulen. A 1-2 wouldn't work for Van der Keulen. Ruud still with some gallop left in him. Koolman. Less than 5 minutes remaining now. Beckenbauer never losing his poise. There. What a manhandled there by Eversen. Bonhoff. Looked a bit of a dive. Zale gets his free kick. Zale again. Fima. 4 men in the penalty area waiting for a cross. And Zale hits it over. But hits it too hard. Hasn't yet gone out of play. Out now for a throw. Long kick from Schreibers, headed back by Vogts. Beaten this time by Kist. But Vogts was the first to turn. Beckenbauer. Koolman. Knobel. Koolman. Elsenbein. The danger passes. Soubier, the referees called them back. So a game now that's got all the look of a draw about it. With the first draw between the two countries since they finished 2-2 in Düsseldorf in 1937. 2 minutes to go. Rijsbergen. One would say that the Dutch playing it about like this have settled for a point, but we saw them during the World Cup finals using this kind of play as a platform for a quick springing attack. And Hanegem to Peters. Maturity this 19-year-old has shown in this game. And Hanegem. Peters available for the return pass. It was a better one that Van Hanegem had in mind. Now to Eversen. Peters available again. Here he is. Van Krij. Rijsbergen. Van Krij. Kist slips his man, but nobody running through to take advantage for Holland. And with only a minute to go, Koolman for West Germany. Vogts to Knobel, on to Kleeman. On again, all good straight passes, and here's Bear, and down he goes. Tripped by Eversen. So a last-second free kick just outside the penalty area. Was the foul. Made to look rather more dramatic than it was. Helmut Schön on the bench there. Now manager of West Germany for more than 100 games. Is he going to see this one a winner or a draw? Bonhoff is shaping to take the free kick. I think they're suggesting that the wall isn't anything like 10 yards back, which it isn't. And he's gone for the curler, but he hit the wall. And that could well be the last throw of the game. By my watch, we're into injury time. Could have one stoppage in this half. Here's Soubier on the break. Kist is with him. Van der Kerkhoff is in the middle. Maier going a long way to make the catch. Sale. Peters. Foul has been given. Everser, thinking about his goalkeeper, I fancy. Decides against it and gives it to Reisberger. Well, this really is just playing out time now. The referee might just as well blow. He's had a look at his watch, and Mr. Hungerbuehler, I think, will say that's enough now. And that is indeed it. A 1-1 draw, the 75th anniversary match at the Waldstadion in Frankfurt. West Germany, an 8th-minute goal by Wimmer, and an equaliser in the second half with a brilliant free kick by Van Hanegem. 1-1, the final scoreline.